All right, let's do this, Jim.
Let's do it, Brad. So I'll just read the last paragraph just to catch us up. I edited this a little bit because was good. It was not doing third person for some reason, so I made it third person. Hopefully that'll fix it. As Kardek and Sudd head upstairs, they notice Maya slipping out of the tavern's back door. She glances around furtively, before disappearing into the shadows. Sarah watches her go up with a thoughtful look. Interesting, she mutters to herself. Kardek and Sudd reach their rooms and find them tastefully decorated. With fresh linens and a small vase of wildflowers. Sudd notices a note on his pillow which reads, "Enjoy your stay, Maya." The paper smells faintly of her perfume. Sudd whistles appreciatively. Looks like we've made an impression on our lovely innkeeper after all. Kardek shrugs, clearly more focused on the battle ahead. We'll need to be at our best tomorrow. No time for distractions. So I'll let you take this.
All right, all right, all
Are we doing the
right.
nightcap thing? Are we doing have we showered? I mean, as far as I know, like we're still covered in muck. Troll entrails. Especially you.
Yeah. All right. Sud and Kardec both take a shower, and while Kardec is hesitant to waste time, Sud insists that they go and meet with Maya for nightcaps. Secretly, he thinks the bartender might have some useful information, and he also welcomes the pleasant company before the battle ahead.
Nice.
As you and Kardec make your way downstairs, you find Maya alone in the dimly lit tavern. She's locked the main doors but left the bar area tidy. "Gentlemen," she greets you warmly, pulling out two glasses. "I thought you might appreciate a nightcap before tomorrow's adventure." Kardak reluctantly accepts a drink, but Sud notices his friend watching the windows and doors with alert eyes. "What's troubling you, friend?" Sud asks casually, though his own hand rests near his hidden dagger. Maya's cheerful demeanor falters for a moment. "Just a feeling. We've had some unusual patrons lately. Strangers asking questions about travelers on the North Road." See, Sud comes off as kind of like a flirt playboy type, but he's actually a lot more he's a
Bro,
lot
no,
more
hey,
thoughtful than
bro.
you think.
You know what? If you can be the flirt playboy all you want, you don't have to have a single excuse for it. Okay? You embrace it. Okay?
Uh,
All right. Kardec thinks it over. He wonders if these strangers are specifically targeting adventurers and using the inn to gain information on who is traveling through. Maya pours herself a drink, speaking softly. 3 nights ago, they came in late, ordered nothing but water, kept to themselves, but, she hesitates, glancing nervously at the windows, I overheard them talking about payment for information, and something about the shipment, whatever that means. Kardec's hand moves closer to his bow. Did they describe themselves? His dark eyes narrow as he processes this new information. Maya thinks for a moment. Tall, well dressed, not like typical travelers, and shivers slightly. One had a tattoo of a red serpent on his neck. I've never seen anything like it.
Wait, that's I'm confused. Kardec's hand moves closer to his bow. Did they describe themselves? That's kind of a weird question. Like,
I think I'll maybe put like I'll put how would you describe them? I think that makes more sense.
that would be better, yeah. Because like, did they describe themselves?
Okay, because she describes them
that makes
after he says that.
that
So
makes more sense. Yeah,
okay, I think that was just a glitch. So I'm assuming these are the same bandits that they've been seeing on the road, right? Or is this a different thing?
not sure. Sorry, I was writing out a paragraph,
I
Dad.
was gonna say you were writing a novel over there.
Bro's getting into it, dude.
Hey,
Sud pulls a small vial from one of his pockets and slides it over to Mia. "Thank you for the information. We have some evildoers to dispense with, and mayhap these strangers may be involved." And that was not the best right way to whatever. "May be involved with the plot we are seeking to solve." To put your mind at ease, take this seeker vial. If you find yourself in danger, shatter it and we will come to help. In the meantime, let's rest easy for the time and enjoy this nightcap. Wow, not the best grammar.
It's
Oh
all
well.
good.
Mia carefully accepts the glowing vial, holding it gently as if it was a precious jewel. I've never seen anything like this before, she whispers, her face reflecting the soft glow. Thank you, truly, she tucks it away. Kardak raises an eyebrow at the mysterious vial, but Sud merely winks in response. So tell us, Mia, how long have you run this establishment? He leans back, projecting casualness, though his posture remains alert. Mia's demeanor shifts as she settles into conversation, her earlier unease easing. 5 years now. My father was the innkeeper before me. I didn't word it the best, but basically I was trying to convey like it's possible that these strangers are involved with the group that we're going to deal with tomorrow. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
But in case that they aren't, or in case they we miss them and they come here to the inn, that's why I gave her the vial to like because to be able to warn us like, hey, these guys are here, whatever. Anyways, so I don't know if that makes sense, but
Okay. I accidentally erase
in a pro,
interprove.
it's just hard to say all of what you want to say when you're just trying to type it out and also be fast. You know
Yep.
what I mean?
Yep.
It's just fun though, dude.
Yeah, you
Like,
like it?
yeah, I could see it being pretty fun, like writing a book. Like this is
Yeah,
almost kind of like writing a book.
it is. It is. Kardec nods, deep in thought, and taking a deep drink of the liquor in his mug, he listens intently to see if anyone is around them. He has a peculiar feeling. The tavern is silent, save for the creaks of the old building settling and a distant hooting owl. As you listen closely, however, you catch something, a faint scraping sound coming from the back of the inn near the storage room. It's subtle, but your keen elven senses detect the disturbance. Maya, absorbed in conversation with Sud, seems oblivious to the noise. So, are you two regular adventurers? I've never seen a dark elf and a human working together before.
Ooh. So
Yeah, we're.
you're sensing it. You're sensing it with your keen elven senses, dude.
My elven senses.
You can keep going. You can say something like, or should we just do the continue to see what happens? Or here, maybe I could take
I'm
a
going to
turn.
do something real quick here.
All right, cool.
Uh, Without a word, Kardec quietly approaches the storage room while Maya and Sud continue their conversation. You move silently, your natural elven grace allowing you. That's right, bitch. That your natural elven grace allowing you to creep towards the storage room undetected. The scratching grows louder as you approach, accompanied by what sounds like muffled movement. You reach the door and press yourself against the wall, listening intently. A whispered voice seeps through the wooden panels. Got it. Another responds, equally hushed. Quick work. The shipment should reach its destination by nightfall. You recognize one of the voices. It belongs to one of the tavern's regular staff members, a quiet man who usually tends the stables. Interesting. So this is the shipment she was talking about.
Interesting.
It could be booty. We could be pirates. Booty, booty, booty. What's interesting is that she's the innkeeper, and she's like confused about all this stuff with like the shipment. But then it seems like someone on her staff is involved,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Sud notices Kardek slip into the shadows, but gives no warning to Mia. He trusts Kardek with his life and knows Kardek will signal if danger arises. He can't help but be curious and wonder what his friend is up to, though. Despite his curiosity, he answers Mia's question. I wouldn't consider us regular adventurers at all, and you are quite right about it being odd for a human and a night elf to be close. It's a very long story, but I can tell you some if you'd like. Mia's eyes sparkle with interest. Oh, I'd love to hear it. I've always been fascinated by other races and their cultures. She leans forward, resting her elbows on the bar. Especially dark elves. Ooh. There's such a mystery to most people. What's it like living underground all the time? Wait, I'm not a dark elf.
No, I think she was basically saying like, I guess it's a question for Kardek, but that's kind of weird a little bit.
As you begin to craft an answer, you notice Kardec has returned. Oh, maybe I was like covering. Maybe she didn't realize you left and she was asking you. But that's kind of weird.
Maybe she was just like asking if you knew about dark elves. But
Oh
yeah, it
yeah,
is a
maybe.
little. It is a little weird. You want to redo it?
Yeah, let's try redoing it.
All right, I'm gonna retry.
Mia leans in, her eyes sparkling with interest. I'd love to hear it said. It's not every day I get to listen to tales of heroism and camaraderie. She pours you both another drink, the amber liquid sloshing invitingly in the glasses. You glance towards the storage room, but Kardec remains silent and unseen. Trusting his instincts, you turn your attention back to Maya. Well, where to begin, you muse, taking a sip of the strong liquor. Kardec and I have been through a lot together. We've faced down monsters, explored ancient ruins, and even had a run in with a group of very unpleasant bandits.
Do you want to keep going, or should I jump in?
You go for it.
Kardec, remembering the voice of the regular staff member who tends the stables, attempts to visualize and recall his appearance. As you recall the staff member's appearance, the pieces fall into place. It's Thomas, the stable boy. Whoa, okay. A quiet, unremarkable youth with mousy brown hair and a scarred right hand. He's worked here for about 6 months, always eager to help, but never quite fitting in with the rest of the staff. Now, as you consider his sudden interest in the shipment, his true nature becomes clear. The voices in the storage room grow louder, discussing coordinates and timing. We need to move the package tonight. The master expects it by dawn. The response comes, confirming your suspicions. I'll get the cart ready. The horses are already saddled. Okay, so we'll just go with the fact that okay, apparently I know he's been here for 6 months, so I don't know. But but besides that, I think everything else kind of works. I'll just come back and I'm going to tell you guys. Okay. The reason I was thinking of bringing her into it is she might have more. I guess I was thinking she might have more information on Thomas, but at the same time, I feel like I know enough about Thomas. So
Yeah.
yeah.
That's, hmm. I mean, she did give us information, so maybe we could keep her in on it. But we also don't know if she's into it or not. You know what I mean? She could
Yep.
even be a part of it. We don't know. She doesn't seem like it though. She seems pretty innocent.
Okay. Kardec motions for Sudd to come join him at a nearby table. Kardec quietly sits and waits for his companion. He then shares all the information he overheard. So now you know everything, okay? Sudd joins Kardec at the nearby table, his brow furrowed with concern. Bandits, he whispers, his hand instinctively drifting to the hilt of his dagger. And they're planning to move the shipment tonight? Kardec nods grimly. It seems our quiet tavern has been harboring some unsavory characters. I overheard Thomas, the stable boy, conspiring with someone else. They're moving the package now, expecting it to reach its destination by dawn. Sud leans back in his chair, his mind racing. Maya mentioned these strange patrons asking about travelers on the North Road. The shipment could be connected to them. So it is connected. Great.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. Sud jumps up from his chair. Let's sneak over and check out what this shipment is. Sud quickly says goodnight to Maya, exclaiming, "We must do this again soon, Maya." Then he grabs Kardic's shoulder, and they quickly make their way to where the strangers' voices were. The two of you creep silently through the tavern, using the shadows and furniture as cover. As you near the storage room, the voices grow louder and more agitated. Hurry up! We don't have all night, snaps one. The other grumbles. I'm going fast as I can. This blasted lock is stuck. You and Kardec exchange a glance, silently agreeing on a plan. Kardek positions himself near the doorway, ready to surprise whoever exits. You draw your bow, aiming it at the door. Wow, that's aggressive. The
Yeah,
lock
it is.
clicks and the door creaks open. Thomas stumbles out, his arms laden with a large cloth wrapped bundle.
So he just
Be
opened the
hilarious if it was
door
just.
and he just stumbled into the tavern.
That doesn't make sense.
We're outside of a storage room, right?
Yes.
So I guess I don't technically know where we are. But I thought we were in the tavern and there was a door to a storage room. Like I guess that's what I thought. But
Yeah.
yeah, we're near the storage room. It says the two of you creep silently through the tavern. You near the storage room. So I guess they're trying to get out of bring something out of the storage room. And they just went through the door that we were next to out of the storage room. Is that right? So
I think so.
okay, wait. So does that mean I'm near the doorway, ready to surprise whoever exits.
And then I just got my bow ready because obviously violence first.
Yes, violence first.
I just hit continue just to see what would happen.
Oh, okay.
Behind Thomas, a cloaked figure emerges, his face obscured by a deep hood. As Thomas straightens up, the bundle slips from his grasp, clattering to the floor. Thomas curses under his breath, bending to retrieve it. The cloaked figure steps forward, his hand drifting towards the hilt of a concealed sword. In a flash, Kardek lunges forward, grabbing the hooded man by the throat.
Ooh.
This is a lot when we don't even know who these guys are, you know? We don't even know if they're bad guys.
Well, I think we can assume they're bad guys because she was like the innkeeper was super suspicious of them and concerned about them, and they're talking about.
But do we know that these are the same guys?
Well, yeah, because she said they were talking about a shipment, and now these guys have been talking about a shipment.
True, but it could be completely two different people. This could just be them
This is the other shipment.
barkeeps. You never know. It could be, I don't know.
What do you should we? What do you want to do?
Let's just assume these are the guys. All right.
Okay, 'cause I think sometimes with
Let's just
the AI, you
forget.
kind of roll with it
Yeah,
sometimes.
you kind of have to read between the lines
Yeah, yeah.
a little bit. Makes sense.
So
All
go
right.
ahead and
Kardec
finish it.
lunges forward, grabbing the hooded man by the throat, slamming him against the wall. The man gasps, his eyes just wide with shock and fear. Thomas, startled by Kardec's sudden move, drops the bundle and stumbles backward. His eyes dart frantically between you, Kardec, and the door. You're not going anywhere. Tell us your business before we kill you, because we're violent men. We like to be violent. Our violence is violent.
Kardec holds the blade against the hooded man's throat. Identify yourselves, he demands, and reveal your cargo. The hooded man's voice is strained as Kardec's blade presses against his throat. We're just messengers, he stutters, his hands raised in surrender. We're being paid to deliver a package. Thomas backs further away, his hands shaking. Please, I didn't know what was inside, he pleads, his eyes darting between you and Kardec. Okay. They threatened my family. I had no choice. Kardec tightens his grip, pressing the blade harder. Who hired you? He demands, his dark eyes boring into the hooded man's face. And what's the package? I think I'll just click on continue. Is that cool?
Yeah.
The hooded man's face contorts in fear, sweat beading on the forehead as the blade digs into his skin. I can't say, he gasps. They'll kill him. They'll kill me. But as Kardec's grip tightens, he blurts out, It's for the Red Serpent cult. Please, I'm just a courier. Thomas, seeing the hooded man's imminent demise, makes a desperate lunge for the door. He's nearly there when Kardek, with lightning fast reflexes, releases the hooded man and hurls a small dagger. It strikes Thomas in the shoulder. Holy crap!
Dang,
This is
dude.
intense.
Wow.
I'm drawing blood, man. It strikes Thomas in the
Jeez.
shoulder, causing him to stumble, but not stopping him from fleeing out into the night. Interesting. I just wouldn't see me just like, oh, like stab someone.
Right, dude?
But
And also, like, I was there too. I could have stopped Thomas.
I
So,
know that's what I'm like. That's what I thought. Do you want me to retry?
yeah, dude.
I'm gonna
Yeah.
retry that. The hooded man whimpers as the blade digs into his skin. A merchant from the capital, he gasps out. He hired us to move some documents. Nothing illegal, I swear. Thomas shakes his head vigorously. They're lying. I saw weapons in there, not papers. I just wanted to earn some coin. I didn't know it was for bandits. The hooded man's face contorts in panic. Weapons? No, no, that can't be right. He attempts to struggle, but Kardek's grip remains strong. The package lies on the floor between them, its contents a mystery.
Sud jumps forward and grabs the package, opening it to reveal its contents. Sud grabs the package and rips it open, revealing an assortment of weapons. Wickedly sharp daggers, small throwing knives, and a few vials of what appears to be poison. He holds up a dagger, examining it with a critical eye. It's a nice piece of work, he remarks, turning it over in his hands. I could make good use of something like this myself. He glances at Kardec with a grin and then turns his attention back to the hooded man. But I think we both know these aren't just for self defense. The hooded man's pale face face pales as Sud holds up the weapon. I I don't know anything about that.
Why don't you go again?
Okay.
Kardec wants to take those knives and the
And
and the poison. And we're like, I'll take those. Okay, so I guess we don't. So we don't know. It's just said a merchant from the capital.
that was probably a lie.
Yeah, because like these are weapons used to like assassinate someone.
Sud looks into Thomas's eyes. I can see you're innocent in this. Leave quickly and let this be a lesson for you not to trust strangers. Focusing back on the hooded stranger, Sud exclaims, "Tell us the truth now." Thomas's shoulders slump with relief as he edges towards the door. "Thank you," he whispers before disappearing into the night. The hooded man's composure cracks, sweat beading on his forehead. I was hired by a merchant, I swear, but I don't know his real name," he stammers, his words tumbling out in a rush. "He approached me in the capital and said he needed reliable couriers. I thought it was just paperwork. I didn't know about the weapons." His eyes dart between you and Kardec, searching for mercy. Kardec's grip tightens, drawing a small gasp from the man. "You have one chance to tell us everything you know."
These weapons are used for assassination. Tell us where you met him. Tell us what he looks like. Tell us everything. The hooded man's composure finally breaks, his words spilling out in a frantic rush. He called himself Master Blackthorn, tall, scarred on the left cheek, always wears a black cape with silver trim. He swallows hard, his Adam's apple bobbing visibly. We met in the lower district of the capital, in a tavern called the Broken Crown. He was waiting for me when I got there. Said he had a job that paid well, but was very specific about the route and timing. He glances nervously at Kardec's blade. That's all I know, I swear. I didn't ask questions, I just took the money on the package.
Suck my dick.
What? Keep reading.
I just wanted to see what it would do. The hooded man's eyes widen in shock at your crude remark. "Excuse me," he stammers, confusion etched across his face. Kardec frowns, glancing at you with a mixture of surprise and disapproval. "This is hardly a time for such vulgarity," he mutters underneath his breath. The hooded man looks back and forth between you, clearly taken aback by the sudden shift in tone. I don't understand, he says, his voice trembling slightly. What do you want from me? You shrug nonchalantly, a smirk playing at the corner of your mouth. Oh, I was just testing to see if you were still breathing, is all.
Do you want to go? Do you want to go again, or just do it again? Suck on.
Wait, wait,
But you better be careful
wait.
because this could get, this is
Wait.
it will do things.
Sud has a particular way of figuring out whether or not someone is being truthful. As odd as it may be, his methods are rarely wrong. Suck my dick. Kardek raises an eyebrow at your unorthodox method of interrogation. While I appreciate your creative approach, I'm not sure how that helps us determine if he's being truthful or not. The hooded man, meanwhile, looks increasingly bewildered by the conversation. I'm not sure what's happening here, he stammers, his eyes darting between you. Are you saying that you can tell if I'm lying because by asking me to suck yours? He trails off, clearly struggling to comprehend the situation.
No.
What's up?
Oh, you went. Oh, good.
Oh, no, should I not?
No, go ahead. It's fine.
Oh, I said, I can tell you're being truthful, little flower.
Don't worry, pretty
You chuck,
boy.
you chuckle and give the hooded man a wink. Don't worry, pretty boy. I can tell you're being truthful. You're a bit too jumpy to be making up stories. Kardec sighs and releases his grip on the man, lowering his blade. All right, let's hear it then. Tell us everything you know about this master flag. The hooded man rubs his neck gingerly, still looking dazed from the bizarre turn of events. I already told you everything I know, he says, his voice shaky. He hired me to deliver the package to a certain location with strict instructions not to open it. Ugh, pretty boy.
If we're going in this direction, this might not make as much sense now, but it's okay. It's still funny. Kardec pulls back a bit and begins shaking his hips suggestively. I also know of a popular method of truth telling. Dance off. You motion to the hooded man to dance, a fierce gaze in his eyes. Dance, boy. The hooded man stares at Kardec in utter disbelief, his jaw hanging open. Dance? What? I don't understand, he stammers, glancing between you and Kardec as if waiting for someone to explain the joke. But Kardec simply steps back. His hip still sways suggestively as he gestures for the man to join him. Dance off, he repeats firmly, his dark eyes glinting with a mixture of amusement and challenge. It's a traditional method of truth telling among my people. If you truly have nothing to hide, you will dance with me. The hooded man swallows hard, his eyes darting around the room as if searching for an
Oh my
escape
god.
route.
Oh.
Okay, so what are we doing? Oh my gosh. I'm crying. It's a traditional truth method of my people. Oh, I just love the critic steps back, his hips will swaying suggestively. I'm like, oh god, this is getting so weird. But I love it. It's so funny.
Kardec, or wait, no. Sud belts out a loud laugh, draws his sword, and says, "Trust me, boy, you don't want to ignore a dark elven dance off." The hooded man's eyes widen in fear as Sud draws his sword, the blade glinting menacingly in the night. He looks back and forth between Kardek and Sud, mind racing with implications of his bizarre situation. Okay, okay, he stammers, his hands raised in a placating gesture. "I'll dance, just don't hurt me." Kardec smirks, a wicked glint in his eyes as he begins to sway and move with a hypnotic rhythm. His body is graceful and fluid, almost serpentine in its movements. Continue.
Oh, okay. That's fine.
Continue. I
Wait.
just hit click it. I hit continue. I want to see what happens. The hooded man tentatively begins to move, his steps awkward and stilted compared to Kardec's fluid motions. He watches Kardec's every move, trying to mimic his movements as best as he can. Continue.
No, no, no. Okay, no, I'm trying to
Okay, you can delete that if you want.
become more desperate and no, go ahead and read it. It's fine.
The hooded man's movements become more desperate and erratic as he tries to keep up with Kardec's increasing pace. Sweat beads on his brow, his face flushed with exertion. Kardec, on the other hand, seems to be in his element, his body moving with an almost supernatural grace and precision. As the dance reaches a fever pitch, Kardec suddenly spins away, leaving the hooded man stumbling and off balance. Kardec's blade flashes in the air, coming to rest mere inches from the man's throat. "I must say, for a human, you've got some decent moves." Kardec purrs, a smirk playing at the corner of
Whoa,
his
whoa,
mouth.
what kind of dancing was happening? Wait, 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 wait.
Wow, okay.
Whoa, Kardec. I don't want Kardec
Okay.
purring at anyone. I don't
I
want.
deleted that. I
No,
deleted
no,
that.
no,
All right,
no.
all
It
right.
was fine. It was fine. It's funny. Okay, fine.
Whoops. Whoops.
It was fine. I just thought it was hilarious that that Kardec was described as purring. Like that puts like no, Kardec is not purring at him. Like what?
Kardec is gay.
Like apparently. Okay, I'm gonna do something really. No, I thought it was fine. I just was like, what? Kardec looks furiously at him. Dance if you want to live. Dance. The immense fear gives way to panic as Kardec's dark eyes bore into him. His movements becoming more intense and aggressive. He trips over his own feet, nearly falling as he desperately tries to match Kardec's fluid movements. "I'm trying," he gasps out, his face reddening with the effort. "Please, I can't dance like that." Kardec's eyes narrow dangerously, his hips gyrating in a way that seems to both allure and terrify the hooded man. Sudd chuckles darkly, clearly enjoying the man's distress. "Come on, boy, loosen up. It's not that hard." What have you
Oh my
done? What
gosh.
have we done? What have we done? Should we just click on continue?
Yeah.
I hope it doesn't end up with Kardec being gay. It wasn't meant to be that kind of dance. The man, now drenched in sweat and gasping for breath, finally collapses to the floor in exhaustion. I can't do this anymore," he pants, his chest heaving. "Please just kill me if you must, but I can't keep dancing." Kardec stops abruptly, his eyes narrowing as he looks down at the trembling man. "Very well," he says coldly. Since you've refused to cooperate, I suppose we have no choice but to." Just then the sound of footsteps. Wait, okay, no.
No.
I don't want to. Kardec wouldn't just kill him.
Yes, is here. Delete that. All
Okay.
right. I'll take a turn here.
I mean, we could stay on this as long as you want. This is. I don't know what's happening. It's really funny, though. I thought it was so funny. He's like, please just kill me because I can't dance. I'd rather die.
I know. Ah, well played, Kardec. Boy, there is no elven dance off. You've been had. Thank you for the entertainment, though, my friend. We're off to sleep now as there's a big day tomorrow for us. Let this be a lesson to you. Also, we're keeping these new weapons. The hooded man, the hooded man's face contorts in confusion and relief as he realizes he's been tricked. Wait, what? There was no real dance off? He slumps against the wall, his legs shaking his computer. You're just cruel, you know that? Kardec smirks, clearly pleased with himself. Just a little fun. Now off with you, and remember, next time someone offers you suspicious work, think twice before accepting. Sud grins, sliding the weapon into his own pack. Yeah, and if you ever come back to this tavern, we'll make sure you do a real dance off. He winks, his sword still drawn for emphasis.
Oh.
uh, what a goofy pair, dude.
so so we're letting him go.
Yeah,
Because
because
I think
I think we figured out that he was telling the truth and that he didn't know, and he gave us as much information as he had. So we took the weapons, so the weapons won't be used for whatever that purpose was, right? I don't know. I don't know. What do you think? Should we let him go?
I mean, I was initially thinking like we kind of make him to take him hostage and kind of like whenever we get, but that's a like I don't know, that might be a long time because we still have all the stuff tomorrow. I was thinking he might be coming useful later
Mm.
to like because he already has like some kind of connection with the guy. But no, I think it's fine to let him go. Yeah, I mean like
Okay. Well, it's up
we
to
have
you,
too
man.
much going on. I don't want to be worrying about this
Yeah.
guy. I think you're right.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. And plus, you know, we already made him dance.
Yeah. Kardec pouts at Sudd, holding his hands out. He clearly wants the throwing daggers and poison. Sudd notices your pout and chuckles, tossing you a few of the smaller daggers. All right, don't look so sad. Here, take these. He keeps the larger ones along with the poison. No!
What?
I'm the poison
What?
one.
No, I'll give you the poison. I mean, come
I'm the
on.
poison boy.
I mean, you were the one that, discovered this whole thing, so I think you deserve it.
Kardec catches the daggers, turning them over in his hands appreciatively. Much better. These will be perfect for close quarters combat. He looked at the hooded man, who is still standing frozen against the wall, watching the exchange with wide eyes. The hooded man suddenly snaps out of his stupor, darting towards the door. I'm out of here. I mean, you got your big burly sword. Come on. I'm the little knife guy.
Sud chuckles. I'm kidding. You can have the poison. I know you want it. I know you want it.
I know
He
you want
winks at Kardak and tosses the poison vials his way. Kardak catches the vials with a smirk, tucking them into his belt. I appreciate the gesture, Sud. These will come in handy. He glances back at the hooded man who is hesitating by the door. I wouldn't try to run if I were you. We can still change our minds about letting you go. Wait, I wouldn't try to run? But he's leaving. The hooded man swallows hard, clearly torn between his desire to flee and the fear of facing the consequences if he tries. I won't tell anyone about this, he stammers, his eyes darting between you and Kardec. You have my word. Kardec raises an eyebrow skeptically. Your word? Wait, he's not supposed to leave?
I don't know, but I got an idea for what I can do here. Because my guy's
Suck
also.
a dick. Suck him a dick.
My turn to write a freaking paragraph. Kardec begins chanting a magical chant. He grips the man's hand, and a mixture of their combined blood forms in their palms. Kardec smiles wickedly. I performed a spell of a connection between us. I will know where you are always, and sense if you are trying to betray me. You look intently in his eyes. Continue your deliveries with the merchant. Bring any new information and packages to us. Do you understand? The hooded man's eyes widen with a mixture of fear and awe as Kardec's blood magic takes hold. He stares at his own palm where the congealed mixture of their blood slowly fades away. I understand, he says, his voice barely above a whisper. I will do as you say. Kardek nods, a satisfied smirk playing at the corner of his mouth. Good. Now go, and don't let us see your face again unless you have something useful to offer. He makes a dismissive gesture, turning away from the man as if he's already forgotten about him. Wow. Okay.
Wow,
Yeah.
dude. Wait,
He,
so do we have to give him back these the daggers and swords and poisons then?
nah. I mean,
Well,
if
if
he
he's
gets,
gonna be that's true. That's
I mean, if he's
true.
gonna die, he's gonna die. But
That's true. It's on his own thingy.
unless you think we should give him
Nice.
back to him, unless you want him to remain
Nah.
undercover.
Nah. I want the I want the cool stuff.
Me too.
Sudden Kardec head to bed. The hooded man scurries out of the room, his heart pounding in his chest as he tries to process everything that's just happened. He can still feel the tingling sensation in his palm where Kardec's blood magic connected them, a constant reminder of the Dark Elves' power. Kardec and Sud, meanwhile, make their way upstairs to their shared room, both lost in thought about about the events of the night and the revelations about Master Blackthorn. As they enter the room, Kardec tosses his new daggers under the bed with a satisfied clink. Those should prove useful, he muses, beginning to disrobe for bed.
Nice.
I like it, dude.
The next morning, Kardec and Sud meet with the other. What you got? Oh god. Oh god. Bro, the AI is gonna go there. Like
I
it's
love.
gonna from now on it's gonna be like these boys are game. Okay,
I love it when
go
you
ahead, go ahead.
disrobe. I just want. I'm gonna delete it, but
No, no,
I
no. Let's
want
see what it's
to.
got. Let's see what it's got.
Kodak
Don't
pauses
delete.
in the act of unbuttoning his shirt, a sly smile spreading across his face as he pivots toward you. Is that so? He purrs.
Oh
Oh,
god.
another purr! His hands
Oh,
moving with deliberate slowness as he continues undressing. Perhaps I should give you a private
oh
show
my
then.
god.
Sud chuckles, moving to sit on the bed and watch the impromptu performance.
Bro.
Don't mind me, I'll just.
Oh my god.
Oh my gosh. All right, I'm gonna delete that. I just wanted to
This is
see
what I'm
what they were
saying,
gonna
bro.
do.
Like, this is what I'm saying. If you say that something like that, you got to give it context. You got to like get like you say plate like like you have to tell us you're joking, I guess, or something.
All right, go for it.
Oh my gosh! Wow. That's what I'm saying. The AI doesn't know, man. It doesn't know. The next morning, Kardec and Sud meet with the other adventurers they met the evening before to plan their attack on the bandits along the North Road. You and Sud gather with the other adventurers, Celine, Sarah, Finn, and Thorn, in the tavern's common room to discuss their plans for confronting the bandits on the North Road. The morning sun streams through the windows, casting a warm glow on the group as they huddle around a table strewn with maps and documents. Celine, her red hair glinting in the sunlight, leans forward to examine a crude sketch of the bandits' hideout. According to my sources, the bandits are led by a man known as Scarface Jack. He's ruthless and cunning with a small but loyal band of followers. Oh yeah,
Oh,
definitely.
I'm gonna put a scar on his face for sure, said Jokes. His name is Scarface Jack. The
Yes.
group chuckles at Sud's quip, but Thorn's face remains stern. This is no laughing matter, lad.
You're not a
Scarface
lad.
lad. Scarface Jack's band has been terrorizing travelers for months. They've grown bolder, attacking armed caravans. Sarah nods in agreement, her face set in a serious expression. Friggin' serious bitches. My scouts report they've been set up multiple ambushes. She's got scouts? Wow. Wow. That's interesting. She's got scouts. Huh. My scouts report they've set up multiple ambush points along the road. We'll need a solid plan to catch them off guard and eliminate their leadership. Their leadership, huh? She unfurls
Yeah.
a detailed map of the area, pointing to key landmarks. Kardek studies the map intently, his dark eyes narrowing as he traces potential routes with a long, slender finger.
Kardec suggests that they set up a decoy caravan to draw attention and to be used as a distraction. He smirks at Sudd, rolling his eyes at how everyone seems to be a bunch of tidy pants. Celine's
Nice.
eyes light up at Kardec's suggestion. A decoy caravan? That's brilliant. We could fill it with cheap trinkets and baubles to tempt the bandits into attacking. Sarah grins, clapping Kardec on the shoulder. Leave it to the Dark Elf to come up with a clever scheme. I like the way you think. Kardec smirks back at Sudd, his eyes glinting with amusement.
Sud, under his breath, playfully mocks Thorin. This is not a laughing matter, guys. Always gotta be serious, guys. No fun here, guys. Thorin's beard bristles with annoyance as he catches your mockery. I'll have you know, young Sud, that I've seen more action in my beard than you've seen in your whole life, but fine. If you want to approach the situation with levity, be my guest. Just don't come crying to me when things go wrong. Dude, all of a sudden, Thorin seems like a little bitch, dude. He was
Yeah,
cool
which one
earlier.
was Thorin? Is he
He's
the
the dwarf
the
that we fought
dwarf?
with. The group erupts in laughter at Thorin's deadpan response, even Kardec chuckling at the dwarven leader's witty retort. Touche, old friend, he says, raising his tankard in a mock salute. Celine grins, refolding the map. All right, enough joking. That's fun. I gotta go.
You gotta go.
Yeah.
All right.
This has been awesome, though, dude.
It's been fun. I mean, like, let's recap. So, met a bunch of adventures, got a plan. Then we had a nightcap with the innkeeper who told us about all this stuff, and then we found the people that were trying to sneak this stuff in the package and
Yep.
stuff, and then we captured them, and then you told him to suck your dick, and then he was
And then you had
shocked,
a dance off
and
with
then we had
them,
a
dude.
dance off with them, and then I basically did some crazy magic voodoo stuff on him, and then and now we're planning our big thing,
I dig it,
and,
dude.
and you're mocking Thor. Yeah, so awesome. Yep, that's it.
It's a good time, dude.
Cool.
Ah, man. You have
All
a
right,
good
man.
night, sir.
I love you. Have a good night, brother.
Love you too, dude. See ya.
See ya.